TBD Nation, welcome back. It's been a lot of rap this week, but B, guess what? LeBron's still a Sixer, and them jerseys on pre-sale. You getting your jersey?
As soon as I can, I'm getting my jersey, whether it be authentic or a Fugazi John. I'm going to have a jersey. Let's go.
TBD Nation, what's up? Every week, we will provide you with a quick rundown of some trending topics. Now, we are calling it the Pulse. So stay tuned.
Saying 98.
What I'm trying to tell you is you're being ignorant. That's it.
I went to Fifth Ward by myself.
I wasn't laid off. I was fired.
Say 401k records, nigga. It's called Hold It Down, homie.
Welcome to the Pulse. Stay tuned. Let's go ahead and get into that, right?
All right, let's go. All right, so LeBron is official. He's a Sixer. He's on the team. He's signed. He brought a little crew with him. Contavious Caldwell Pope decided to come along, and the city is buzzing. I know you feel a way about missing all of the activity here. The just the good feelings that we have about LeBron being a Sixer and the potential that the team has on paper, and what they could do this year. Um, like you said at the top of the show, jersey sales sold out. I think all they have, well, last I checked, all they had was U sizes. They got hoodies. I did order me a hoodie, a
Okay.
authentic hoodie. So right when the
Is it a
season
brown
start,
hoodie?
it's a Bron hoodie. It's the black
Okay.
hoodie. You know, he on the cover, he on the front of the hoodie with his arms out, that whole thing. So looking forward to when the season start. It's fall, that it gets a little chilly. Could throw that John on, and let's go Sixers.
Let's go Sixers. Listen, I've been seeing a lot of chatter about LeBron, and I'm sure we're going to continue to see chatter. But one of the things I was surprised and happy to see is that we got the max number of TV games. I know you're going to be looking forward to that. I mean, we got to be the hottest ticket around, considering we got LeBron on the Sixers. But some of the detractors talk about who does not benefit the most, right, from LeBron becoming a Sixer. I've heard Maxi, of course, I've heard BJ Edgecombe. I'm sure you saw Draymond Green coming out talking about I think it was VJ being a fifth option. Is he ready for that?
Guard, the number one best guard. Like every night, that's your responsibility. So, that's going to require some sacrifice. That's going to require some buy-in from a young fella. Young fella had a great rookie year. He coming back into his second year thinking like, yo, this is my chance to take that jump. He kind of the fifth option. I think when you look at the biggest losers in this situation, it's arguably VJ Edgecombe. If I'm VJ Edgecombe's agent, I'm not sure I'm happy with the summer that the 76ers have had. If I'm just VJ Edgecombe's agent, because this could affect a lot for VJ Edgecombe. Like, you go from being sometimes the second option when Embiid was out to sometimes being the fifth option. It's a big, big, big difference. I don't know if y'all understand like how big of a difference that is. So I think the person who's going to have to figure the most out is VJ Edgecombe.
JB, who said he's ready to do whatever it takes. Now, the last report was LeBron coming out saying he's ready to be like a deferred option. But B, who do you think benefits the least from Bron coming to the Sixers?
I saw these reports, and it's very confusing to me. I don't think that it's confusing in the sense that we've seen LeBron play 23 years. And yeah, we when he first left Cleveland the first time and went to Miami, the talk was how is him and Dwayne Wade going to mesh? They both need the ball in their hand. And he adjusted. Then when he went to the Lakers, it was another adjustment. Then when they got Luca, it was, oh, LeBron can't play off the ball. And, you know, I think people will fall in love with the 1 through 5 positions and what they're actually defined to do. But if you actually look at the makeup of the team and the projected starting five, LeBron's going to be the point guard. He's going to have the ball in
Right.
his hand most of the time. So I don't see an issue with it. I'm a little confused by this take. Um, let them talk, let them be surprised, but they'll get on your TV shows and oh, we were surprised LeBron did this thing that we should have known he could do the whole time. So that's
Like,
a
come
little
on.
confusing.
Let's keep it a beam. We
Yeah,
know on sports talk, it's the Cowboys, then it's Brian, or it's Brian and the Cowboys. So,
yeah.
and then we talk about everything else in between. So,
Everything else been tweet.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, and even more excited on July 28th, Eagles training camp begun. All right.
Yes.
So many implications with football being back. Of course, TBD fantasy. Make sure you get your slots. But fantasy football, the Eagles, the Sixers buzz. Now you got the Eagles buzz. We got Reek Woolen. You know what I mean? We made acquisitions. We just signed Jalen Carter to a $152 million extension. Like, yo. And B, they say Jalen throwing down the middle in practice. What's your thoughts when you first see those reports?
Oh man, 100% alignment, no entitlement. I am ecstatic about this. My biggest complaint, if you follow me at all as far as talking about the Eagles on Twitter or anywhere, I have more than a few tweets, with some of my complaints or just some of my complaints about Jalen Hurts and the way he plays football. Yes, he's won us a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 Super Bowls, and in both of those Super Bowls, arguably you could say he outplayed. Well, one undeniably, and the other one he you can question a little bit if he outplayed Patrick Mahomes. He performs well on the big stage. However, during the regular season, my consistent complaint is he doesn't throw down the middle, and he's easy to game plan for. I
Mm-hmm.
say it all the time, and where it's like, oh, these teams that have crappy defenses, they somehow play a great defensive game against the Eagles. And I don't think the defenses are magically great. I think it's because they know that this quarterback is not going to throw down the middle. Now, I have seen some of the footage of him throwing down the middle at training camp, and it looks pretty good.
Hey,
I have I've raised my expectations on what I thought the season could be. I am still tempering them a little bit. However, I am looking forward to it. And like you said, we signed Jalen Carter. We still have all the other pieces. So I'm looking forward to the season. Where do you think the Eagles, how do you think they fare this season?
I think we can definitely finish winning 11 to 12 games.
Okay.
And I mean, I think we going back to the championship game. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sean Mannion and what he's doing with the offense. Again, it is just training camp, so we'll see when we actually get on the field. But I'm excited, man. I can't wait, man. And shout out Nick Sirianni. You know what I'm saying? One coach doing pretty well.
Yeah. Listen, anything less than 11 or 12 games would be a horrific. Something went wrong. It'd be an accident. Unlike the accident that Kyle Shanahan was involved in this week. Oh, not even this week. We heard about it this week on July 14th. Kyle Shanahan, coach of the San Francisco 49ers, was involved in a car accident. And we didn't hear anything about it until just this past week. Can't remember the exact day that it was reported. But with the teams going back to training camp, it would have been a lot of questions if he showed up in the condition that he's in. Now, it's being reported that it as a severe car accident where he has broken ribs, a concussion, stitches over his right eye, a broken nose, and the report says that he was reaching for his cell phone and crossed into oncoming traffic. And
Phone in hand.
cell phone in hand, crossing the oncoming, it fell. He crossed into oncoming traffic. He says he was doing 20 miles per hour. And there was a report, they said now it's erroneous, that it was the fault of the other driver who was a 21-year-old woman. This story, in my opinion, is still development, but I'm just curious as to why it wasn't reported. What do you think about that? Why do you think it wasn't reported? Because if it was us or a player, I
It'd be
think
a
we would
wrap.
have heard about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I think the NFL has their hands in it, which is why these reports are delayed. The body cam footage hasn't been released. They don't talk about the other driver's condition. There's something else going on here. I think it was Kyle Shanahan. Obviously, it was his fault, and maybe he was on something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, whatever it was, he might have been or I mean, listen, man, there's play in that community
Yeah.
all the way around. So I mean, it could have been anything, but I believe status and privilege is definitely at play with this.
Yeah.
More to come out because first of all, didn't he just take a leave of absence, or was it a forced leave?
As a result of the accident or prior to this?
Just
Oh
period.
no, he did. Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I forgot. Yes, he
right,
did take a leave of
right.
absence.
Got it. Well, he was forced. He was
Yeah.
voluntold. Like, yo,
Yeah.
go sit
Beat
down
it.
for a minute. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Let us do what we gotta do. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, look at your skin. Look at us.
Right.
I mean, we got you.
I'm normally not a fan of speculating, but the fact that they hid this or kept this under wraps, I'm a fan of this type of speculating. Uh, if it was as simple, not simple, if it was as clean
Right.
as they say it was, I don't see why it wouldn't have been reported. Um, it has some signs pointing to there's more to the story that I will definitely be looking forward to finding out about. You trying to play us for a fool?
Yeah. And that nigga on something. Why he signed Debo back? All
Yeah.
right. My bad. Go ahead.
Well, that's a segue to
Oh, music news.
music news. Yeah, we're off sports. We're gonna get to music news. 38 Special. He released a track
You like that, John?
called Fool's Meat, right? That's the song, Fool's Meat. And he took some shots at Jadakiss, Jim Jones. Who else did he diss in
Fat
that
Joe.
joint? Fat Joe. Was it
Yeah.
somebody else?
Probably Khaled, I think, in that
Oh
joint
yes,
too.
he took a little shot at Khaled talking about Jim Jones. Talking about Jim Jones. I think he took a little shot at Khaled.
Mhm.
I listened to the song a few times,
You gave it
and
that many times?
I gave it a few listens. I'm from the era of listening to music
Right,
and
right,
not
right.
making a quick judgment. You listen to it a few times, and I will say the first time I heard it, I hated it. Then around the fourth, fifth listen, I hated it even more. I can't. This is, in my opinion, I don't want to say it's one of the worst diss tracks I ever heard because I've heard some bad ones. However, what I will say, I think it's a reflection of what we think is dope in diss tracks now. And it was really chatty patty. It was really like,
You like his voice and flow?
I hate it. It felt like AI. I'm going to say that. James,
Damn.
do you think this was AI?
No, definitely not AI. But it was ass. And his Summer Jam freestyle, which was aimed directly for Jim Jones and throwing shots at his wife Chrissy as well.
A lot of chains with no cribs or some Jim Jones shit. Hold up, yo, Jim. I got a bone to pick. That's some whole shit worried about how another nigga clothes fit. With your house on the full clothes list. You lost your crib in '06, and this nigga still homesick. What I really don't get, you won't be a street nigga so bad that you got alcohol old bitch. But Post said she don't blow.
That was ass. And he
Yes.
did it a cappella so you could like hear everything. Like what happened to Jadakiss? You know what I'm saying? I hear rumblings about him potentially challenging Jadakiss to a battle, 500 stacks on the line. They drove up this video of Jadakiss talking about, put the money up. I'll go up against anybody. Listen, Special don't want it. Like that's
Yeah.
why he's choosing something safe, which is Jim Jones.
Yeah.
My question is, B, because names have been floating now. You got people on special side from New York asking Fat Joe who is Scotty Spina.
Hey, yo, Fat Joe. Spent 20 years as a man in prison. We deal with paperwork, homie. And we don't do all that slander shit, right? So I got a question for you. Who is Scotty Spina, nigga? Who is Scotty Spina? What the fuck you did to Scotty Spina? Yeah, Terror Squad, what he did to Scotty Spina? Who is Scotty? Ask him who is Scotty Spina. You ain't got 24 hours to respond, nigga. You got 12 hours to respond.
And then you got people in Rochester, I guess, that are maybe affiliated with Joe somehow, asking Spesh who is Tyrone members.
Hey, yo, Justin, well, whatever your name is, 38 Spesh, whatever your name is, right? You got 24 hours to let me know who Tyrone members is. You got 24 hours. He caught 65 years behind the wall. He from the Rock, aka Rochester, right? You got 24 hours to respond. I did my homework. Let me know who Tyrone members is.
Right? So you can do your research on who these guys are and what are the affiliations. My question is, has this gone to a level that is beyond rap and bravado?
Potentially. You know what I want? I really want 38 Special to listen to none other than Joe Button about this. Joe has been discussing this, and he likened it to his beef with Wu-Tang, specifically Method Man, and how being an OG now, looking back on it, you know, it was not the best decision to go at
Right.
somebody as beloved as Method Man,
Yeah.
and how it had affected his career. You know, he talks about Method Man not bothering anybody, and I'm saying all this because the parallels are to Jadakiss. Jadakiss
Yeah.
don't bother nobody. He doing his podcast. He's well respected and well loved. Why you picking a fight with somebody that everybody loved? Like, and let's not forget, all this started is because he wanted a feature verse from him.
That's it. He a
So where
fan.
did yeah?
That's what it is.
So where it's at now, it's in a goofy, silly place, and I want to be done with it. The sooner the better.
Last thing I'll say, Dave East took him off the song. He took
Yes, I
him
did
down.
see that.
That's
I did see
loyalty.
that. Yeah, I
Loyalty,
did
my
see that.
nigga.
I
Yo,
did see.
talk about loyalty.
Yeah.
Memphis Bleak, Tony Yayo, and Uncle Murder.
Oh man.
All right. A lot of chatter been back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
A lot.
Now, here's the thing. This really started with Vlad. So Bleak was on a podcast with Jim. And Jim starts going in on Yayo because of his 50 beef or whatever. And then Bleak kind of gets the bait and he kind of agrees with him and shit like that.
When
So
you say
Vlad,
Jim, for the audience, what
Jim
Jim?
Jones.
Okay.
Jim Jones. So Vlad asked Yayo on one of his interviews, why is Jim so upset? He played the clip. Yayo responds. Yayo start talking about these niggas don't never be doing this, that, and the third. This is when the
Yeah.
Swiss Alps talk and all that started. Fast forward, we got Bleak on the Breakfast Club. One of my favorite quotes out of that interview is,
Say 401k records, nigga.
Yes.
and then of course Uncle Murder with $1 million worth of game. He goes bananas.
But the nigga don't, the nigga's not depending on 50 to get no money. Like, what the fuck is niggas talking about? Is niggas crazy, man?
Niggas hustling.
And the only bleak, and fuck all that, hold up, man. And the only, hold up, man. And the only bleak verse I ever fucking like is the one that Jay-Z wrote, nigga. The only bleak verse I ever like is the one that Jay-Z wrote. I ain't never like a bleak verse that he wrote by himself. Fuck out of here. Niggas ain't no Memphis Bleak fans like that neither, nigga.
All right, yo, look.
But damn, I'm surprised you talked about me, Bleak.
Now look. I ain't
My question for you, B, is which side are you on in this whole Bleak versus Yayo / Murder?
I have a real surface level side and reason why I'm taking it. I'm taking Bleak's side Because he's just more entertaining. It's really that simple. He's more entertaining. He's more charismatic. He's funnier to me. Just last night I was watching him on the Rory and Maul pod. I didn't finish it. However,
OVO Mall.
I didn't finish it. However, it's great. It's hilarious so far. I think I got about 30 more minutes, maybe about 45 minutes more. But it's just a great listen. He's easy. The storytelling is easy to listen to. Um, and yeah, I like how aside from that, you know, Bleak, he don't really. I know we know where Bleak get, how he's put on, Jay put him
Right.
on, and how, he worked with Jay, but the impression is not that he's, a Jay lapdog. Like, Bleak got his own thing going on, his own businesses. As far as Yayo and the G Unit side, it's just not. It don't look the same. And the fact,
Mm.
my funniest thing that I've seen about this is, I think it was Bleak said that, or maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong. Yayo and them, the G Unit, they don't wear their jewelry unless they with
Oh
Fifth.
yeah, that was Bleak said that. And you know
Yeah.
what? I meant to go look up some pictures of when, because Yayo hasn't worn the passport chain in a little while, right? Not a big
Yeah.
deal, I didn't think, but him saying that I thought that was very funny. And I think we both can agree that both of them benefited from, we'll just call them their big homie, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Yayo's initial point, and I'm sure this stung Bleak because Bleak is blind loyalty Jay-Z to a fault, right?
Hmm.
Nothing you can say against whatever. I feel like Yayo kind of like that too, to a degree. Yayo will still stand on his own at some point if you try to push him in that corner. But Yayo is saying that the access that 50 provides put me in rooms with people that could take me to different places.
Yeah.
I don't think Hove is doing that for you. Right? But in that message got all that other shit that made them start throwing personal shots. Like, dude, this nigga got kids. And the funny thing was, I was waiting for a response to this Bleak shit because it was
Hmm.
funny. Then there was a point where when he was talking about their dependence and the whole room went silent.
Yeah.
He laughed, but ain't nobody laughed. Like, damn, Bleak kind of going really
Yeah. He
in
going
on
crazy.
it. Right? Like, is it beef? You know what I'm saying? Murder went ballistic. Yayo was calm as shit. Like, you know what I mean? Just so I don't know, man. We'll see. I mean, as far as music goes, I do like Bleak's catalog. I think
Yeah.
Yayo
Sure.
got some sleepers. And Murder got some bangers too. And Murder was signed to Rockefeller.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We'll see. We'll follow this. It's interesting because Bleak, in my opinion, he usually pops out and then goes back in his quiet
Right.
corner or whatever. However, Jay Z is outside, added more shows to what his anniversary. I don't know what to call it, a tour.
Yeah.
So I think Bleak will continue to be outside, but we'll follow this. In more serious, I guess, music news, Kanye West settled his sexual assault lawsuit with his assistant, what's her name, Lauren
Pisciata.
Pisciotti. Yes,
Pisci-
Pisciotta. Yes, he settled the lawsuit. Of course, the details of the settlement are under wraps.
Right.
um
How much
we
you
don't
think
have
you got, B?
how much I think she got. uh on How much did Shannon Sharp settle for? 19 million?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, he got bread.
Ye got bread. I'm gonna say somewhere in the 19. I'm gonna say 15 to 20 million.
I like that number. Yeah.
I'm gonna say 15 to 20
Yeah.
million.
She got a
So
cool 15.
yeah, reading through this story, of course, sexual assault, we don't joke about it, and
No.
it's something serious. However, reading through the story and her Lauren sharing with us one of the messages that he sent her.
It's the one.
I gotta read it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So allegedly, according to Lauren, Kanye sent her a message that says, "See, my problem is I be wanting to fuck, but then after I fuck, I want a girl to tell me how hard they've been fucked while I'm fucking them. Then I want her to cheat on me." That is a level of sexual deviancy I never would have imagined.
What that mean, nigga?
James, how many of those messages you ever sent to somebody?
Not completely like worded that way, but why is that the same thing I took away from this?
This is fucking ridiculous.
Oh my God, yo, Ye, he wild. All that means to me is he is a man that has had access for a long time. And, for research purposes, I made sure to see what she looked like. Ye has a type. All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He got a type. I'm not mad at him for that.
Right.
I mean, Ye the type boy that could say that to a chick and yay, what? I mean, your panties dropping or they not? Like, and she was his assistant? Come on, man. Come on, man.
So it is also reported that Kanye, he masturbated and touched her vagina and drifted off to sleep mid-sentence. Now, I don't know. So many ways.
Yeah, some of them Romo gummies.
It's so many ways to interpret that. Like you said, Kanye is wild. The other side of that is he's been famous for so long and seen so much that on a small level, I do appreciate and envy the fact that he can be that honest with people without regards to how it come across or consequences, because that's
gangster.
Yeah, that's really gangster. But I don't know. That's a wild tweet. I got that wild text. I gotta step up the shit that I imagine. I don't know. Because
I want you to say how hard I'm hitting it while I'm hitting it, and then after we done,
go get some.
I mean, yeah, that's type shit I'm on.
Oh man! What you think? You got to have at least $20 million to do that?
At least. All right. I'm not married.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you do not know, so no, you can't.
I'm not married, yo. And I'm getting Anthony Edwards' lawyer for the child support.
Yeah, for sure.
Standing up and I'm telling you, I am Warhol. I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now, who's going to be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you want to marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Speaking of $20 million, our guy Joe Budden was recently in Forbes and did a sit-down interview with his manager, Ian Schwartzman. I guess Forbes did a list of highest earning podcasters. Charlamagne made the list at 27 million. Joe made the list at 20 million, but we did watch the, you watched the interview?
I watched half of it. I didn't get a chance to see the rest.
James watched half of it. I did see the whole sit-down interview with Joe and Ian Schwartzman.
There's something different about maybe the deal structures or the industry as a whole from 10 years ago when you started this, and it seems like things have used to be the wild west, and now it's maybe growing up a little bit more. And I was thinking, I guess, trying to make a parallel between maybe like early hip hop and how that kind of matured and got more corporate. Whether transparency is more important now because there's more money at play and big companies behind it.
Yeah, and more money at play and more ways to get to it, right? Like when I started in hip hop had already been, that was a canvas that was painted on already, right? I got my record deal in, I want to say 2001. Podcasting in 2015, we were so excited about it because it was a blank canvas. And a lot of the ideas that we were discussing were things that we thought would eventually happen in 3 years or 4 years. So the emails that we would send would require the recipient to kind of be a visionary. Like a lot of people painted us to sound like absolute lunatics when trying to say, hey, look at what this is today. Think what this could be. And then you saw it evolve pretty rapidly once companies started dumping money into it. And then you got to deal with the people now that are there for the money. Well, that could muddy the waters, son, because let's fight for the right words on paper so that we have our rights, so that we can participate in some of the upside of where this goes. So we could still have control over our, all of the things that, again, we were robbed of in music, control of our rights, our likeness, our distribution, where we put this, why we put it there, right? Like,
And they talked about the importance of being independent and, being in a position where you can negotiate and you don't have to take the deals that they're offering. You don't have to take the status quo if you build your core audience like Joe has over the years. I just want to shout out to Joe for sticking to what he believe in and staying independent and putting himself in a position to have an upcoming podcast, true crime series, in
Yes.
partnership with Dick Wolf. That's a
Looking
major,
forward to
major,
that.
major move. Looking forward to it. We don't know where it's going to be platformed or if it's going to be extra cost on his Patreon channel, but just to be able to put yourself in that position, major moves to our guy.
So B, and watching the interview and us, now being in this space, like, are there any gems that you took away? Like, I assume that we are doing it in the same fashion that Ian talks about a lot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Did he drop any little podcast nuggets throughout the way?
He dropped a few nuggets. I think the most illuminating thing for me was how he talked about the difference in how advertising goes and what's available to you if you are black versus white. He talked about, and the host of the podcast got, you could tell he was a little uncomfortable broaching the subject of race. But Ian went there. He talked about being in rooms where if Joe Budden was white, advertising would look a little different. And if you look at the podcast on Spotify, that was illuminating too. He talked about being with Spotify and Joe and them creating uh basically Spotify's podcasts, allowing them to go public as a company, to be publicly traded. um
but we kicked ass at Spotify.
We kicked ass before Spotify. That's
we
the
always
thing.
kicked ass, but we kicked ass at Spotify.
Yeah.
It talked about their impact on that. And if you look at the deals that Spotify gave out and who they gave these deals out to, of course, Joe Rogan, he's going to get a deal. I think the first confusing one for me was to call her daddy. No disrespect, but she got a major, major bag. And I understand that I'm not her audience.
Right.
I have nothing against nothing against her at all. I've listened to a few episodes, honestly. It was just confusing the timing of when she got her, was it 3 year, $60 million deal?
Mm.
It was a little confusing at the time because she was, in my opinion, largely not recognized.
Podcast, where is that, man?
Yeah. Podcast is where it's at.
Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.